I'm not really sure, but I think Blue Stripes was actually quite a bit later.
Really? Then what?
Yeah, because it was some contest, and actually it's quite refined in the sense that it has how is it? It's got nosy, right? It's got a nosy, an all blue nosy.
I think it was the first one, the first all blue nosy that was in a track that you released.
No, I'm pretty sure it wasn't because this is like a single line. Like the no lines were allowed to be snapped, I think.
Huh. Okay. Well, here, let me look at.
But I'm not really sure. But I imagine that this one should be later. But I'm not really sure. And checkpoints, isn't that smooth? Oh no, wait. I saw that movie. Yeah, I didn't even remember that. Now I remember that I watched it.
Nairobi won that contest. I remember that.
Yeah,
I'm.
yeah, the checkpoints one. You mean?
Yeah, it's the checkpoints one. I'm loading the.
The
Oh, look at
checkpoints
that.
one is
Fakey bloop. Fakey bloop is the oldest one we have.
maybe.
According to VO.
Okay.
I'm loading them in order of upload date on VO.
Oh yeah, that should definitely be good. Yeah, okay, that should be fine then. I didn't know
7
that. I
years
don't
ago.
really
I don't
remember.
know
Yeah. All right.
what time
Yeah,
it
the
is
VO
exactly,
upload date
but
should be good.
all right. So Fakey Boop is our first one then, not Blue Stripes.
All right.
We can skip Blue Stripes then. It's not.
Yeah, it's not really relevant. I think I really. I remember creating it, and it was a fun contest, but it wasn't anything special. So
All right. So have you watched a broadcast before?
I've watched
I'm just wondering if
not
you
not
know if you know our sort of the 3-2-1 deal that we have.
no, I don't
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know
So
anything about it. I
here's the
just
idea.
okay.
um, we both pull up whatever we're gonna watch. Actually, let me get this. Okay.
All right. So what am I going to watch?
I'll just leave it there. We're gonna watch Fakey Boop. So
All right.
I just have one tab that is the ZNF Recovery Project videos, and another tab that's Fakey Boop,
Yeah.
because I just open them one at a time in a different tab. So I'm gonna count down 3, 2, 1, go, and when I say go, we start the video at the same
All right.
time.
Yeah.
So let
I'm
me know
ready.
when you're ready.
I'm ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. I forgot how dramatic
I'll
this
put
music was.
yeah. I'll put my sound off. By the way.
Oh yeah, it's like really epic music.
Yeah. Can you hear the music if I have it a little bit not so loud?
I'm listening in on my own video. So
Okay. Yeah.
lots of
Exactly.
tail manuals. I think it's all tail manuals, isn't it?
A lot of it. Yeah. This was
So far.
this was the first time that I was like doing that, and I was like, I don't exactly remember making this track, but I remember that I found that you could do the manuals in the fakie.
Off-slid
And
ending.
yeah,
I remember you being really excited about how you figured out you could do a tail loop if he was
Yeah.
in fakie.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was very excited about that.
Yeah, it was this loop here at about 27 seconds in.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, because he's in fakie and it's all blue.
yeah, yeah. I think it's like almost impossible to do a forward tail manual all blue because of that it doesn't turn properly. So you have to have extreme high speed, and it becomes very difficult. I don't know if that's actually been done.
I think it has. I think it has been done a couple times. Not
Okay.
very often, obviously,
Yeah.
but actually, I think IGGB might have done it in a Blue Champion. I don't know.
All right. Yeah, it's. I think it's. Of course, it's theoretically possible, but it's very hard. And I
Yeah.
found out that with the turning of the fakie, that you actually can do it like slightly
Yeah.
easier. Right? So
All right. Let me open this. It should. Oh, here's my list. Great. So Fakey Boop, and then I think the next one's Blue Meanie.
yeah, it's. according to the VO uploads, I think that should be good because I at the time I was uploading them both to VO and YouTube for, you
I
know,
Yeah.
yeah.
I also cross-referenced them with the movie The Week uh, records.
There's
So
records of that.
there's records of first, second, and third place, and I think this one
Ah,
won Movie of the Week way back in the day.
okay,
So yeah.
cool, cool.
Ready to watch Blue Meanie?
Sorry, not yet.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. I'm ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, I
This
want
is
to
a
check.
bit blurry.
Yeah. Well, it's an old video.
Yeah. I think. Oh, these tracks. Old stuff.
Yeah.
This was still possible, like that you could do this kind of stuff. Oh my god, this. It's just kind of terrible to look at now.
I think this actually won a Movie of the Week.
Yeah, I remember that this one, and there's supposed to, I think there's Blue Dolph.
That's coming up.
Ah, that's coming up. Okay, yeah, I remember that one was very well received. That
Yeah.
was very well received.
Hey, look, that's a high-speed nose manual, at least somewhat.
Yeah, reasonably.
Curves are very unsmooth.
Yeah. It was beta too, like one of the earlier stages still, and people were still figuring out what could be done that wasn't to be done, that you couldn't do in beta 1. Like,
Yeah,
I think this is pretty recent after that. And this is, oh my, I didn't even know that it's possible. There is a balanced nosy where the arms are like backwards. I didn't even. That's not normal. Usually the arms
Usually
are
they're
like,
sticking out front, right? Yeah.
yeah, exactly. That was strange. Well,
And then the all blue proof before we discovered the
Yeah.
color playback glitch. All right, I'm going to close this and go on to the next one,
Yeah.
which
yeah,
according to my
I think
list,
we can kind of
according to my
go
list,
fast.
Blue Cycle is next.
Yeah. Oh yeah, or it was Blue Cycle. Yeah, I don't know. Blue Dolph is not in here, I think.
I have Blue Dolph, and it's this one's next, and then Bluminator, and then Blue Dolph. At least that's how I have it
Okay.
listed. Doesn't really matter. They're all pretty similar time. Okay. Oh, it didn't pause correctly.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, I am ready too. Let's 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, that I continuously was recording the start like this.
Yeah.
Pretty
Oh, this one has
terrible.
labels. Oh,
Yeah.
I think this one was after Omniverse, which was the first one to sort of label things like that.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of people started doing that.
Yep.
There's no music, huh?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think this is from the VO one where this is just the raw recording.
Oh yeah. Okay. Maybe I downloaded the
So-
wrong one. I don't know.
No, I think maybe it wasn't there, and I just did the raw recording because VO is supposed to be better quality than YouTube.
Right.
Like back in the day when I was uploading it.
Back
So
in
I
the
was,
day, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if VO is any good now. I don't really think so. The videos that I uploaded there, I watched some of them when we found out that they were there, and they don't look all that great anymore. So not really sure what happened.
Well,
Maybe it
YouTube
was
has.
just-
I mean, you can upload 4K videos to YouTube now, so.
yeah, yeah. YouTube is probably much better now. So it's some
A
nice
lot
recycling.
of very boring recycling.
Yeah, but this was pretty awesome stuff back in the day. Like
Yeah,
it was all blue and you could recycle and it was all nose manual and wow, like
yeah, yeah.
people were amazed. It's yeah. It's just like discovering new tricks basically and kind of like how we are amazed now with, the Cremial cannons or something like this. Like that
Yeah,
just
yeah.
looks amazing. And the track that it was first featured in, what was it? The thing that uh, the piano kit is it? I think.
Yeah, that was well, that's a recent track that's just
Yeah, yeah,
used.
exactly.
I think
I
that's the first
imagine
time
that if
Cranial
you would
came into.
watch that, like I don't know, 3 years from now, if everybody's still playing, that
It'll
would
look like
probably look
this.
a little bit ridiculous as well. Like, yeah,
On the other
it's
hand,
just
there's some
tricks.
tracks that you can still watch today and they still look good despite having been
Yeah,
released, 6, 7 years ago. So, like my favorite example is Transcendental by Tech Dog, which still looks amazing today, even though it
yeah.
was released in 2008.
Manuals are timeless.
Yeah. Oh, what's our next one? That was Blue Cycle. Bluminator.
All right.
Well, that one's for
Bluminate.
the scenery. What's the one? You can still watch Holcomb's manuals today, and they look really amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so I paused this one.
Which one? Bluminator,
Bluminator.
right? Yeah. All right.
Ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go.
Ed guy. Yay.
Ed guy?
Yeah, this is Ed guy.
No,
Pretty sure.
this is you. You made this.
Yeah, no, I mean Ed guy is the song.
Oh, okay.
I was excited about the music because nothing was happening.
Right. Well, this is definitely more entertaining than previous ones.
Yeah, this is one like notch going a bit further with regards to less pausing and
Yeah.
stuff is happening. But yeah, there's too many flow killers.
Like that one.
Yeah.
There's a fakey boop.
Yes.
Anti-gravity wells. Those
Yeah,
were
that was
fairly
that
new,
was
weren't they?
yeah. This must have been after Omniverse, I guess.
Yeah, I actually looked up the first track we watched, Fakey Boop, was actually after Omniverse, which is kind of mind-blowing.
Oh really?
Yeah.
And mind blowing in what way?
Just because of, like, I don't know, it's I think of these as, like, I don't know, really old, and I don't think of Omniverse as that old.
Yeah. Apparently it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, look at
it was-
the lines on the sides and top that don't do anything.
Yeah,
like
that
marks.
was. I don't know. I have no idea why I did that.
Probably to
to
give you
show-
some frame of reference so you know what's happening.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I'm not getting very excited about these tracks anymore.
Is that a
Remember
fling?
Sorry?
Was that a fling?
Yeah, slightly.
Slightly.
This is right before owned and pinned and stuff because that was I don't know who like I think it was Anomaly who started doing the gravity wells and stuff. And
Gravity wells were before you joined. You discovered gravity wells.
yeah, I know, but Anomaly really started using them, right?
Yeah, well, he discovered them and started using them within a week of discovering them. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't really exactly remember how it went anymore, but I kind of got the idea that it was something like they were there, but people weren't really interested in them because You
Yeah,
could
they seem
make him
like
pop up.
all that people could do is make like a chain where he'd sort of bounce along, being pulled up by them,
Yeah,
and it was
yeah,
like that's
exactly.
boring.
Yeah, like it looks just weird.
Yeah.
So I think the anti-gravity wells were used in a better way before the gravity wells
Oh, okay.
were being used in a
Um,
proper way.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna. So it was suggested to me by like, the history of these things in context. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna do that real quick. Um, it's a
So
little
I
difficult to place these things time wise exactly, just because the account's not up anymore, and all the videos we have are like I don't really know when this was released anymore. But in general, uh,
This should be from like 2007 or something, I guess.
yeah,
Six?
they're all in like early-ish 2007. So actually, I think Omniverse was released around the time you were making these tracks that we've just been watching. Aldragio um, was sort of at the height of his game at this point. Um, Cydonia by Namtalate had come out. Body Breakdown by Captain Slug had come out.
Sorry,
Do
Body Breakdown?
you remember that track?
I have no
It
clue.
had the
It
giant
sounds
skull
familiar.
and the Grim Reaper and the ending with the gravestone. It all went to the left. No, okay,
No,
that's
I
okay.
don't remember. I
Absurdist
remember
movement.
Omniverse. I remember Omniverse very well. That was kind of an
Yeah,
inspiration to me with the gravity wells, like the ending. That was just, that was so cool.
yeah, yeah. Absurdist movement by Anomaly came out around this time.
Yeah, that
Depose.
was definitely, yeah.
Yeah, Depose World by Depoe. Omniverse by Conundrummer. Monumental by Tech Dog came around this time. A Make Believe was before all of this.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I remember feeling like a noob, like,
yeah, yeah.
just making some stuff like this, and then Tech Dog comes out with a track like this, and it's like, whoa, you know.
All right,
That was
let's watch
fun,
Blue
fun
Dolph.
times.
Where is
All
it?
right.
Wait, why isn't it here?
Yeah,
Oh
exactly.
no!
That's what I was saying. Like, it seems like it's missing.
I thought I had it. Well, let's watch it. Um,
Ah, wait, no. Maybe I called Blue Dove Blue Cycle or something. I don't know if it was the same. Maybe. I don't
I'm
know.
pretty sure I,
I
I
don't
I must have
remember.
just forgotten to upload it. I'll upload it after this, but
Yeah. Let's just continue, I guess.
um yeah, I guess it's not that notable compared to
It's
the ones
it's kind
around
of
it.
the same like
What's
I think the main difference is that Bluminator was a bit better than the rest or something.
yeah, yeah,
It
because
started getting
that was for an Omni collab, wasn't it? Bluminator? Thought it was.
uh
Anyway, when was you? I remember you saying you really liked Air Thrust. Was that somewhere time around this?
yeah, I think Air Thrust is basically right after Anomaly did his track that you talked about with Gravity Wells, where he really used them in a way that people
Oh,
started.
oh, are you talking about Spring Fling?
Sorry.
That was the first track to have flings, or he calls them gravity well cannons in the description. But that was
Um,
the first track to have flings, Spring Fling.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think Air Thrust. Well, Owned and Punt. I don't know if it was after this or before Air Thrust, but one of like either Owned, Punt, or Air Thrust. Like this is. I think Air Thrust is after Owned and Punt.
Yeah.
And
All right. So I will watch that. We will watch that soon.
yeah,
Circle Circle Dot Dot. I think was sometime around this. But
really.
is I remember
Okay, I don't
that
really
was
remember that track at all. I just remember
yeah
the song.
yeah. I remember it was your entry for the first tournament of champions
For the.
for the first tournament of champions. Circle
Oh,
Circle Dot
okay.
Dot was the entry for that.
All right.
Um,
So that must have been reasonably good.
yeah. Let's watch Blue YX.
All right.
That
That's
should be on here somewhere.
yeah.
As you
I've
know,
got
this
it.
is one of my favorite tracks.
Yeah. it got a holy shoe. I remember that.
Yes, it did.
I was very surprised
in
because
in
I
my
just
opinion, it's like it was like it was a huge breakthrough in scenery. You ready?
yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
For me, I was doing this, and it was like I didn't want to do scenery because I thought it would take too much time.
Yeah.
And by doing this, I limited myself in a way that I thought that I could do it. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, like because of the limits, you kind of are forced to do certain things in a certain way, and you don't have to think too much about what am I going to do. So it's just X and Y lines, and you just try to make something look funny or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's basically what I did. And with the shading, you mentioned that like it was a breakthrough because of the shading. I think I read that at some point. That's correct, right? Or
Sorry, I'm fixing the music. What did you say? The shading? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the shines, like the little like corner lines you put
yeah,
on the
yeah.
edges of things, like that. I don't think you know how influential that has been in the world of line rider scenery, but
Okay.
like it was sort of, it's kind of like the hills in Make Believe, except it's on a corner, and
Yeah.
I mean everyone and their dog has used that technique since this track.
Wow. I was just doing something. This was not really on purpose. I just tried something and it looked nice, and I didn't really think about it.
Yeah. And it's
funny.
also another cool thing about this track is how it's like there's a it's like a little world he's going through, and so there's all these little things, especially there's things that it's okay, you can don't worry.
What's going on?
She was crawling behind me to avoid being in the camera. But there's so many things. I'm just gonna jump back for a little bit. There's so many places where it looks like he could go somewhere else, but he doesn't. I remember this being really inspirational for me, where it's like you can imagine that there's more extending out past the edges of the screen that is not there. It's just that he doesn't go that way, and that was really cool.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I like when I make this kind of scenery, I just try to make it as finished as possible. I don't know. I'm slightly perfectionistic, I would say so.
Yeah. There have been those who are worse, but
Yeah, of course.
all right. What do we watch now? But for me, like that one, it was also the first. It was the first scenery track that was all XY scenery, which lots of people have done since then, but few have been able to do it better, which is sort of crazy. But yeah. I think. Oh, Owned we don't have, but we have Punt. Let's watch Punt.
Yeah. Oh, oops. All right. I'm ready.
I should be ready in a moment. All right. Countdown. 3, 2, 1, go.
Some nice F-Zero music.
So this looks like it has flings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this was one of the first tracks to actually do that.
Yeah.
And I wasn't really I didn't even know what I was doing.
I think
Really?
Owned was one of the first ones to do that, which is why I'm upset that we don't have it somewhere. But yeah.
Yeah, this like probably Owned was before this.
Now these are like, yeah, the flings are like ridiculously long lines.
Yeah. Because
Wasn't it?
I thought at this point that the longer the line, the stronger the well.
Yeah. I remember
But
you
it
making a
wasn't really
tutorial
true.
where you were like, the longer the line, the stronger the well. It's like, obviously
I have
totally
no idea
false.
if I did that, but it's possible.
Yeah.
I think in a sense it's maybe slightly true, but not on a level that it matters.
Yeah. I think it might just be that it appears slightly stronger when it's a big long line, because then you can see him move through it. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. It's
They definitely look more dramatic with really giant lines, but
yeah. Well, this is really starting to look like some sort of quirk kind of thing.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Oh, I had a tab that was. All right, so there's a whole bunch of list of collaborations. I'm gonna just send you this thing.
Somebody in the chat asked if Blue X was made without the XI snap, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't.
Yeah, there was definitely no XY snap.
There was no XY snap.
Yeah, because XY snap didn't come along until 6.7.
Yeah.
That was like one of the big features of 6.7 was the XY snap. So I sent you a link, and there's just a giant list of collaborations.
Yeah.
So if there's any of these, I know two that I want to look at are Lyrics and Path of Light. But other than that, if there's anything else you want to look at in there. But for now, let's move on to our next one, which I don't know what it is. What is it?
Mount Abstractia is very fun. I know. Like.
Yes, I'm actually think we're going to do an interview with LRG later though, so I think I'll save it for that.
So yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Because we have Serenade, I guess. So the bear track is yeah.
Oh, right. Let's watch Love. That's our next one on the list.
All right. I'm having too many tabs now, getting confused.
Sorry. I've managed to keep it down to 3.
Yeah.
Actually 4
so
now that I'm opening.
Love. Where is it? Evil, love. There, I got it. All right. Ready?
Almost. All right, I'm ready. All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Baby, don't hurt me.
Was that the first time we saw that intro? I think it was.
Yeah, I created some intro because other people were doing it and it seemed like fun.
So I know this track pretty well because I was going to sing it at one point. But I remember this was like the first one that I felt like was like one for the history books. I'm not exactly sure why, but I think it was just the quirk is really good, the pace is really good. There's no parts that seem like awkward.
Yeah, I agree.
And then the manuals.
Yeah. I agree that there are a lack of flow killers.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. Yeah, I've watched this track. I think since it has been uploaded, I watched it from time to time. Still, like it's enjoyable. So it's quite different than like Bluminator or whatever. Like yeah, that's not fun to watch anymore.
And I remember that big fling right there. People being super impressed by that. These giant flings. They gave him a lot of speed. I think this is the first appearance of like big flings giving him lots of speed in any of your tracks, which sort of became a trademark later.
Yeah.
But this is like I think that was another big reason why this one was like a big hit.
Yeah, I think this was probably the first track to really do that. The flings. I found out that like it was different than just stacking some G-wells like behind each other, where it made him move in a certain direction in a certain way. This was like really getting the right frame, or like how is it, the line in a certain place every time, and it looks like some sort of curve, or really what a fling is basically.
Yeah, we've finally discovered exactly what flings should be in this track. Yeah.
So next one, or you want to?
Oh, so this was August 2007. So I'm gonna quick pop over here. What's been released since. The Rockefeller Sled by Abysmal P, Trance by Namtlade, Black Sea by Aqua, Joytopia 3 by Rammed Zoo, Reality by X6112NT13, Millennium by Depot was released just before this track, and Halcyon by Abysmal P was released just before this
Sorry?
track. So
I always pronounce that as Helicon. Is it how do you pronounce it?
Halcyon?
I don't know how to pronounce it exactly.
Halcyon, so
Yeah.
Halcyon. Halcyon, maybe? I don't know.
I thought it was Helicon, but I have no idea how to pronounce it.
Cool. What's the next one? Here I start to get a little fuzzy on what comes next.
Well, definitely Evil is the next one.
Evil's the next one. Okay, not Elite.
Yeah. Well, for my big tracks anyway, I don't know if there's anything in between, but it would be side projects.
Elite was after Evil.
Yeah, I think Evil was first. There was like Love, Evil, Epic, Elite or something, or Elite, Epic. I don't really know.
I know Elite was before Epic, but yeah. Okay, Evil was the next one. Great. So we're watching that one.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Me too.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Hope there's a little bit of lag when I press the go button, but it'll be close enough. This track was maybe the first track that I would describe as an epic unseen track.
Yeah.
In Line Rider.
Yeah, this was definitely a step up in comparison to Love.
Also, recycled granules. People still don't do those because they're hard.
But I'm not really sure. Is this all blue still?
No. This is Bled.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, this doesn't look all blue anymore.
I think what's really amazing about this track is it either created or predicted like this whole genre of track that came after it, which was I don't know how to describe it except this track. It's like there's a lot of speed, there's a fast pace, there's lots of flings, there's lots of manuals. There's this track all stays in the same area. He goes in all sorts of different directions. There's like, sort of all the tricks you can think of.
Yeah, that's kind of my trademark, I think. People have been saying that they're kind of amazed at how I keep him in the same area.
Yeah.
And I like to do that. I like to kind of force him back into the same area, which forces me in turn to create some sort of way for him to not die because he's going fast. And you get a sort of natural flow going, kind of like I don't have to think about what to do next. It's kind of a challenge to get him out.
What I made a post a while back where I talked about basically what the style we're watching right here, right now, is like. This is a style that people have been perfecting for years after this track was released. Just like, or taking the style and twisting it and making their own. But so many people have been like making this kind of track, with like slight differences, variations here and there. There's something about this kind of track that not only people say, "Whoa, that's really cool," but also, "Hey, I could totally make that."
Yeah, it's got lots of manuals, and from time to time it does some quirky stuff. That's basically it, I think. And it's like anything can happen, anything goes. There is no real limits or anything, except that you won't see an XI part probably.
Yeah.
Different.
If you add an XY part, it becomes an Omni track.
Yeah. All right.
This has been cited by so many people as like one of the first tracks that they saw that inspired them, or like a track that they thought was like way ahead of its time, or this track also, you talking of the Naked track. People have done that a lot since this track.
This
was the first one to really do that, to be like, this track has this many lines.
I don't think I was the first to do that, to be honest, but
no?
maybe.
Okay. I remember, it was the first one I remember.
People were posting pictures and stuff of their tracks, and like the line count was generally, I don't know, maybe this was, I have no idea actually.
All one-line anti-gravity wells. Why do people not do those anymore?
I actually noticed that it wasn't possible anymore.
It's not possible anymore?
I think the anti-gravity wells, they didn't seem to work for me in the new version.
Huh. I didn't know
for
that.
Kevin's, like that one. Or maybe I'm doing something wrong. I don't know. Maybe I can't do anti-gravity wells anymore.
I remember there being maybe. I feel like I've heard that before, that like there was some issues with newer versions of the game where you can't really make anti-gravity wells anymore. But
well, I think it's a glitch in itself, so maybe it got fixed.
This is true. Well, gravity wells are a glitch, but we're never getting rid of those.
I don't think the gravity wells are actually a glitch.
They are. Apparently, what I hear from Kevin's and Conundrummers, it's not actually very hard to get rid of gravity wells.
Really?
And not counting the hacks versions where gravity wells just never make him die, but like you actually can't. They just don't work. And
what would happen? Like if he's below the line, he's not affected by it at all.
Yeah, exactly. He's not
okay.
affected by it unless he's like actually hitting it.
Yeah. Okay. That's interesting. Never thought of it that way.
Yeah. It's funny that it's so far removed from our way of thinking. We can't really imagine Line Rider without gravity wells nowadays. And then I guess either Elite or Serenade. Do you remember which one of those is next?
I think Elite and Epic were probably both before Serenade, because
really?
I was kind of in the whole owned, punt, love.
Yeah.
Like, I had all these names which were also longer for them. So love was like omnipotent, vigorous energy. What was it? Lethal.
Honestly, I don't think anyone knows the acronyms, but I just read Evil, so I remember it was something vicious, obscene lawbreakers or something like that.
Yeah. Probably. It's
like they make no sense.
Yeah, they don't.
How is this relevant to this track? They're not.
No, it's not. So I think probably, well, maybe you're right. Maybe Evil was later than Epic and Elite. I have no idea.
No,
maybe
Evil was definitely before them. Yeah, okay, so Love and then Evil was immediately next.
And Epic and Elite were either before Evil or after. I'm not really sure.
So Elite was released November 21st, 2007. So that would be between Evil and Elite. We had Uber Micro, Silk Road, Spoons by Nairobi, End of the World, Blessed Cotton Socks, Dark Matter, Snooze, Life Without the Snooze Button, Vertigo by Closed Door. So he was just getting started.
That one was good, I think. Vertigo.
Yeah. And then... Oh, that was... Sorry, Dark Matter and Vertigo were just after Elite. Yeah, I'm getting confused. And Spoons. Never mind. Just a couple tracks. But I remember you thought you were leaving and then didn't and made this track. So, you ready to watch Elite?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Every line immortal till expiry. Would not been able to tell you that if it wasn't.
Yeah, I think I have no idea.
I think
no idea if this is before or after Evil.
This is after Evil, definitely. It was a good couple months after Evil, but it was it's a lot better than any of your All Blue tracks previously, for sure.
Yeah.
It didn't do like new stuff like Love and Evil did, but it's better.
It just did everything faster.
This super fast area right here was like crazy.
Yeah.
We just finished it, but yeah. Big flings, blue manuals, constant stimulation.
Yeah.
Power metal.
Yes, definitely power metal. Yeah, I was really into power metal at this point.
Yeah, you were. I remember that you recycled one line of that fling as a nose manual. Oh, and then this massive airtime. For no
and then
reason.
Bam!
Boom!
And that
I just remember this part of the song where the guy like shifts his voice up an octave. No idea what he's singing because he's what, like Swedish or something.
yeah, I think either Swedish or like something Scandinavian, definitely.
Yeah.
Ooh, yay!
And there's the. Now it's all blue. I guess we don't have to watch the replay of this one.
No, I don't think so.
All right, let's watch. What's our next one?
That would be
Serenade.
Epic, then, I guess.
Serenade. Let's watch Serenade next. I think that's before Epic. Maybe.
Is Serenade before Epic, really?
Let's find out. I'm gonna find out.
You're,
I think Serenade was before Epic.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure.
It says uploaded 28th of February 2008 for Epic.
Yeah, I'm gonna find out what date Serenade is. Oh, sometime in. I don't know. It says sometime in 2007, but it was definitely uploaded in 2008. Well, either really late in 2007 or early in 2008. I don't know. Nobody knows how old this track is. This is actually a re-edit by Jam, I think.
All right.
Did you know Jam at all?
Yeah,
apparently it's one of his
definitely.
apparently one of his favorite tracks.
All right, I'm ready.
It's a comment on this track, on this video. Just had a brilliant idea. Grab a ZN freak, put him in an enclosed room with a computer, force him to stay there until he's recreated all of his works. That was after like everything went down and we were trying to recover things. All right, ready?
That's just 2 years ago, yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. So this is a re-edit, obviously in the same style. Red text, simple editing, but you can tell it's like higher quality. So
yeah, it's not Movie Maker. Oh, and it's got like some closed up view of the recording.
Yeah, I think he did that to match the style that your other tracks are. I think he made it a little too zoomed in, but
well,
that's
no,
like anomaly close up.
Yeah, but I think it's just different or something because the tools are just bigger. Because
yeah,
this is still.
It's just a really small window. He's recording in a really small window.
Okay, right. Yeah, I usually record it full screen.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was a cool part.
Yes.
Whoa, recycle as a tail manual. That was nice.
Yeah, I remember this had some pretty nice recycling.
Yeah. I'm noticing
I've
that.
always been a big fan of recycling, so
yeah.
It's always a big part in my tracks.
Have you seen the what was it called? Oh gosh, I don't remember. There was a recent track, not terrible, like not somewhat recent, that had a whole bunch of recycling. It was like a clan, and their whole purpose was I remember this shoulder stall where he like stops and just hanging there by his shoulder and then he keeps going. I remember that was like the one part of this track I remember.
I didn't even remember that, to be honest. I just saw it and I was like, oh, that's cool.
I remember when I first watched this track, I was like, okay, this was cool, but there wasn't a whole lot that was different from your previous tracks. So, and I remember that being like sort of a struggle for you, is like everything I make, people just compare it to previous tracks I've made at this point. Which is why I think Epic was after this track. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's quite possible. Yeah.
Because Epic was, I think, maybe the first time you were like actively trying to outdo yourself.
Maybe. I remember that Virtuous Light was really...
Oh, Virtuous Light is that next?
I'm not really sure if that's next or not, but I know that in Virtuous Light, I was really going for trying to get some new tricks and stuff.
Yeah.
That was with the inverse hand fling and some sort of how is it? Not the fling, but the chain. We call it the gravity chain, the gravity well chain.
Yeah. And you didn't realize it at the time, but flings are every other frame and chains are every frame.
Yeah, exactly.
And that was the distinction.
Yeah.
Here, I just opened Virtuous Light. Oh no.
Yeah.
I tried to pause it and it. Okay.
All right. Virtuous Light.
Let me know when you're ready.
I'm searching for it in the screen.
Okay. It's near the bottom, I think.
Yeah, on the right. I got it. All right, ready?
All right. Yes. 3, 2, 1, go.
Some more Camelot.
So this one was the cool stuff it introduced that are still cool today are inverse hand flings, every frame flings, aka chains, and squishies. It's the first one to do a squishy.
And that's true. And I have to say though that there was some discussion about if I was the first or not, because actually I think there was somebody else that already did the chain before me, but people didn't notice it or something.
Yeah.
And I kind of shed the light on it. So
that's a common trend in Line Rider, and actually not just in Line Rider but in everything, is that two people sort of invent the same thing at the same time.
Yeah.
Or one person invents it earlier and doesn't realize it's really cool, another person invents it like a little bit later and is like, hey guys, look at this cool thing, and everyone associates it with them.
Yeah, exactly.
That's sort of the same thing with squishies and frames, and like these things are like, okay, it's coming up.
Yeah, it's coming right about now. Yeah.
There's the inverted hand fling, and then the squishies right after it, right here. There we go. And then there's the attached one. So there's like three. It's like a triple whammy. Three new tricks right in a row.
Like bam. And that was another one actually with the feet.
The foot fling? Had people not done foot flings before?
It was also a chain. It was
chain, right? Okay.
Yeah. I was like, if I can do that with hand, or what was it? If I can do that with the nosy, I can also do it with the feet. And why not?
I didn't know that. Yeah. I remember this one had a somewhat lame ending.
Yeah.
It just kind of slows down. Good enough.
I was too excited about all the new tricks. I wanted to show them.
This is also the first track to have like micro XY sections.
Yeah.
Just like a few lines of XY and some quirk, a few lines of XY, and then some manuals, then a few more lines of XY.
Yeah, why not? XY lines, really the big ones, they make for nice recycling actually.
Yeah. Also, I love this mislabeled tail fling.
Yeah. I thought it was no, I knew it was a foot fling, but I just mislabeled it, yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually, I found out later that it is a one foot fling.
Yeah, just one of his feet.
There's like a difference between having 2 feet and 1 foot.
Yeah. Huh.
So yeah, next one or?
Yeah, let's skip to the next one. Oh, let's see. Let's do an update. Aqua released Genetic Rebirth. Sorvius released Manual Mayhem X. Anomaly released Aerial Acrobatics. Closed Door released Mixed XY. And KTK released Chi. Just give us some grounding.
Don't really remember any of those.
Really? That's depressing.
It's been too long. I remember the names, but I don't really have any recollection of what the tracks did.
All right. Manual Mayhem X was the one with the DNA.
Oh right. Yeah, that was
Genetic
amazing.
Rebirth was the one with the giant bridge at the end in scenery. Um,
Okay.
Aerial Acrobatics, I don't really know how to describe it, just that it was
Oh
like a
yeah, aerial
staple in
acrobatics. I remember.
Anomaly. Okay,
Yeah.
Mixed XY was an all blue upwards XY by Closed Door.
Okay.
And Chi was KDK's first track that was like his signature, really messy, really fast, lots of tumbling style.
All right.
What's next? Oh, Epic. Epic is next. Actually,
Yeah.
let me just check my list here. Somewhere around this, Prisoner, Flinix, and 10101. Were those not yet, or were those around here somewhere?
I honestly have no idea.
Okay. Do you remember Flinix?
Um,
Because I remember that was just an XY that you were excited that you could do XY flings. I don't know if it was the first to
yeah,
do XY
Flinks.
flings,
Yeah.
but we don't have that one anymore. And I
Yeah.
don't even really remember it. Prisoner, I don't know when that was, but it was for the Track in a Box contest.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then 10101 was for the 10-minute track making contest, which I have the SOL for it, but I don't have the video because yeah, no one has the video. Sad.
Yeah.
Any of those? Let's watch Epic.
Yeah. All right. I'm ready.
Oh, and then somewhere around here are Dragon's Hill and Hills, and Burned, and Smooth Stalling. All these tracks.
Yeah, those were like side projects. Like I
Yeah.
was working on them when I was doing Epic, I think, because it's, that this was like the big blue
Let's watch
stalls.
Smooth Stalling before we watch Epic. Then
Blue
that's
stalling?
Smooth Stalling. There's
Oh,
a
smooth
re-edit
stalling.
by
Yeah.
Cramwood on the.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. I'm ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, this had the Linkin Park.
Yeah. I wonder if he did the timing.
I think it's close, if not exactly right.
Yeah, it's quite possible. I don't really remember how I did it, but I always go through the tracks and trying to sort of time things as much as possible.
Yeah. How close is it?
I think it's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little more zoomed out than I think you typically recorded.
Yeah.
But I know this track really well, so I can't even really separate myself from it because I seen it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I remember that it was just all these cool stalls. I think this was before Pendulum by Anomaly, which was another track with lots of cool stalls. Or partial stalls, I should say.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I was the first one to do something like this with all the stalls. And I
Yeah.
don't think anybody really copied me.
I'm pretty sure people did, but I can't think of any example besides Pendulum by Anomaly.
Well, I guess the reason is that it's kind of killing the flow.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, but yeah.
It was fun to sing, because I could like make a different thing for each time he stalled.
Yeah, yeah. Whoa.
This thing I think was you started singing it yourself, and that was the version you recorded for some reason. So that was not in the original, that weird scenery bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think actually the reason that I did this was to create a scenery track. This was going to be my scenery
Yeah.
track, but I started on it and I was like, oh my god, this is going to take too much time. Yeah.
I mean, I took like 3 years. So.
Yeah. But the idea was to actually do a scenery track because
Yeah.
of all the stalls, and then you could do nice scenery and yeah.
On
It
that
would
note,
actually
let's
be
watch
visible.
Hills, because that was an
Sorry?
actual scene. Let's watch Hills.
Yeah, yeah.
That was
My real scenery track.
yeah, the only real scenery track. I mean,
Yeah,
Blue
the only one.
IX, but that's sort of its own thing almost. Ready,
This is
watch
the
hills.
one. Yeah, I'm ready.
So this, okay, sorry. 3, 2, 1, go. So this was the edit by M. Henry 18 where he goes behind the scenery.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. The original had some different music, but this is nice.
Well, I remember you wanted him to do it, but he was taking a while, so you just released it yourself, and then he did it, and then you released this one as well. And there were like 4 different versions of this track floating around, but this was the one I had because it's in HD and has the best editing and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think this is the nicest version with the editing and stuff.
Although
it's
I have to
cool
say,
how it
some of
goes
them look
behind the
really
scenery.
cool, and some of them are like throw me off. Like what just happened when he goes behind it.
Yeah.
Like that one right there was like what?
Yeah.
It's hard to follow what's
It's
happening.
kind of fun.
It is fun though, yeah. I remember a while ago wishing that you'd do more scenery because I remember really liking this one. It's obviously very make-believe inspired, but
Yeah. It was like I wanted to do some scenery too. I was like, everybody. I think a lot of people were actually asking me to do some scenery track or something. That was
yeah.
the hottest thing, you know. Everybody was inspired by Tech Dog as well, and so.
I don't remember when those were.
So
yeah,
we're going to watch Epic, I guess?
Let's watch Epic now, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we've reached that point. Or actually, was epinephrine somewhere
Yeah.
in here?
Epinephrine was, I don't know, you can put that anytime, I think.
Let's watch it now.
Alright. Hold off with the Epic.
Well, I remember you making releasing like a whole bunch of side projects, and like the build up to releasing Epic was like everyone was really hyped for it. Ready?
Yep.
All right. 1, 2, 3, go. I did 1, 2, 3 instead of 3, 2, 1, but whatever, doesn't matter. This was actually earlier than Virtuous Light.
Really? Okay.
I think.
I have no idea.
Yeah. No, wait. No, it's slightly after Virtuous Light. Anyway. So this only point of this track, right, was just be really, really fast.
Yeah. The
And
whole point was to go really, really fast and try to do some manuals.
Yeah. It's actually really fast, even by today's standards. Like, I looked it up, and apparently the top speed is about 200. And he does... Most of the manuals are under 100 pixels per frame, but he does a couple manuals at like 150.
Pretty dangerous. I wouldn't recommend that when you're sledding, going 150 pixels per frame.
I wonder how fast that would correspond to if you take the physics. Determined that through physics that Bosch is 3 feet high, so I wonder how fast that would actually be. 150 pixels per frame if he's 3 feet high.
Yeah, but you need to know how many pixels high he is then.
So if his sled is like 3 feet long or 4 feet long, we'll say, then how fast would he have to go?
Yeah, you'd need to know how many pixels the sled is in compared to like real measurement. So if you say 4 feet versus how many pixels, and then you can calculate.
Yeah, see, I don't know where the pixels are calculated, like at what zoom level. So
I have no idea.
Anyway, that was fun. That was really fast.
Yeah.
And only in the last like year have we been actually seeing tracks that are faster than that speed. Like even like Heart Attack and Sonic Motion, which were like really fast. Raphael made some tracks that were really fast. They don't compare to those speeds. until we get to like supersonic motion and hybrid eclipse, which are like in the last month have been released, and they're actually faster.
Yeah, and I feel like I need to beat them.
Well, we would all love to see that. Although you're not going to beat Vibrate, so.
I'm not going to be.
Oh, have you seen Vibrate?
No.
800 pixels per frame, one flat sled curve for like 10 minutes.
What? Really?
It's ridiculous. It's really, really boring. Don't watch it. I mean, you can, but it's like a 10-minute video, and like most of it is just flat sledding slowly on the curve. Because it was, you remember Protocol setting the backflips record where he did like 150 backflips and then had like this long curve? He did like 100 or something, or maybe, no, he did like 50. Lucking, I don't know if Lucking is still here, but Lucking decided to beat him, and he did 200 backflips, and then it was going at 800 pixels per frame, which is like, put that in perspective, that's 4 times as fast as the fastest part of epinephrine. So then and then the rest of the track is just him slowly turning around. Oh, he's here. Okay, so wow. that track kind of is gonna set the all-time record, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, okay, never mind.
But no one should really try to beat it, just because it's sort of demonstrated that there's a threshold if it's no longer fun to watch when it gets to a certain point.
It's like, I'm going to set a high score, and that's all there is to it.
Yeah. Let's watch Epic.
Yeah, alright.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, go.
Extraordinary, painstaking, incontrovertible chaos. Yeah!
So, one of your most celebrated tracks, for sure. Sort of Evil, Epic, and King, I would say, are your most celebrated tracks.
I guess, yeah. I think a lot of people like King a lot. I'm actually quite a fan myself of Retro Seso, or I don't know how to pronounce it.
Retro
it's Spanish.
Queso.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the latest, I think. Or
yeah, we can watch that one after. Latest, we can watch that one later. I remember crazy things trick-wise. I remember about this track where the 2 inverts hand flings. And then there was a nose fling that you did with anti-gravity wells. No, it was a slag well nose fling, that's what it was. And then you recycled it as a nose manual. That was earlier.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember trying to do some sort of fling
and this
with
gravity tumbling here. I still remember that as being really fun.
It looks really funny. Because you see the sled, the cord of the sled, you see it in mid-air grabbing nothing.
Yeah. And then I remember that massive nose fling, which totally is like love. the giant nose fling into the giant blue nose manual.
Yep.
But the gravity tumbling in this was like, I don't think it was really surpassed until Rideliner came along, which might have been not that long after this. I don't really. I never have a good handle on when Rideliner was around, because he was
Rideliner.
Rideliner, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that curved pinch. I don't know if people even do curved pinches. Like
curved pinches?
Well, I just saw a curved pinchy. I just saw a curved pinch in this track, and I just realized I don't know if people do those. I don't know if people have done those outside of this track ever.
I'm not really sure what you're talking about. Which
sorry. Let me go back and find it. It's at 2:12.
2:12. 12. Oh, this. No, people do that a lot in XY tracks.
In XY tracks, but that one was curved. Like it wasn't XY.
Oh, like this. Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, okay.
All right, so let's I'm going to Uh, I did a curve pinch in Bolt to the Wall, but it was flat sled. No, wait, no, I did do a curve pinch. No, I never did a curve pinch. It was just straight up. And then when he goes around the corner, the the rest of the pinch is actually green lines. Um, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Can you pull up the stream page and watch the stream,
Yeah.
and then probably mute it? But I'm gonna watch this track from the beginning at half speed, and then I want you to critique it or just talk about specific things as they go by.
All right.
And it's going to be a little bit delayed, but
Yeah, because I'm currently seeing myself reseated, like I'm resitting, how to say.
yeah.
So now, oh my god, yeah, this is at half speed. Okay, yeah, so tail manual. Okay, all right. So now it's paused, and okay.
So would it be? I'm trying to decide if I should ask you to critique this track or ask you to describe what you were thinking while you were making each individual part, or I don't know.
I think for making each individual part, we would have to go to a track like King and Retrocesso, which was after I took like a year or 2 year break,
Right,
which
right,
is kind of like that's been at least a little bit more recent.
right. Yeah. All right.
I can't really recall much. I like the most of the time when I'm making tracks, it was pretty quick,
Yeah.
and people were always very surprised at how fast I was making my tracks.
Yeah.
But basically, that just meant that I had holidays and I was just sitting 7 or 8 hours, uh, like in a row.
See, it's crazy because for me, 7 or 8 hours is not nearly enough time to make anything worthwhile.
Yeah, I don't know. If I do that for
So
2 days straight, then you get King. Like so,
yeah, well,
seven plus seven or something, and I spent
14.
yeah
See, the
something like
track
this.
I'm releasing soon, I think I've spent about 100 hours. So that's just
Yeah, that's with scenery, right?
that's with scenery. But that's okay.
Yeah.
Hedgehogs for me has talked about how he spent like 10 hours of work in Line Rider to get like 1 second of track. So like that's just short comparison. Like that's an extreme example, but people spend that much time on these things, and so everyone was always amazed when you were able to make these things that would have taken people probably 3-4 times as long, at least, if not 20 times as long. If you're me. What's your favorite part of this track?
Yeah.
Maybe you don't have one, but
Epic. Yeah. To be honest, I kind of well, it's hard for me to say if I have really a favorite part or not. I usually what I do with my tracks is that I try to incorporate as many different tricks as possible and make him move in a certain way that he is kind of tumbling and twirling in certain ways, and I kind of have a sort of feeling for it. I don't know
yeah,
if it's like correct or anything. It's just the way that I feel about the way that he is supposed to move or something like this, and then I try
yeah.
to make it happen. So
That's really interesting because it's like for you, it's all intuition. It's like the rotation, the different tricks he does, the different ways you manipulate him with the quirk or the manuals or whatever. It's all just straight out of like, what does it seem like he should do next?
yeah,
And
kind of like this. It's in sort of like this, and sort of so sometimes I get forced into a certain position, and then it's like, okay, how am I going to get him out of here? And that's like the game for me to challenge myself
yeah,
into certain positions, and that's interesting. And I started doing that like kind of after Epic, I guess. not really sure if here that's really the case, but I kind of like to do that now at least. And before that, definitely it was just, what should he do next? What is the rotation that I want him to do, or what is the movement? How fast should he go? Can I make him tumble now? Will he go slower? Will it kill the flow? And
Yeah.
before that, I wasn't really interested in it, and I was just the like for Blue Dolph and Bluminator, it was just trying to do all blue manuals and kind of technical stuff.
Hmm.
And this started being more kind of, yeah, I don't know if you want to, if this is already art or anything, but I kind of feel the way that he moves, to me it's like some sort of motion. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
pretty weird to
See,
describe.
it's interesting you're talking about this because um, I feel like um, you sort of just um, not by accident, but like by you intuitively did what we're talking about, what we should do today, which is not try to not make tracks based on criteria of some kind, of like, how much airtime is there, or how much rotation is there, or how much variation in tricks is there, or how strong are the wells, or how well does it do whatever is like we're always talking about tracks, or we have been for years, about tracks in terms of criteria. And um, I think what made these tracks so influential is that you sort of hit a point where you were able to do all these really cool tricks, but it stopped being about the tricks necessarily. Like, some of them were obviously really cool, and when you do something new, that would be the thing people would comment on. But what really made the tracks memorable and influential was that they all sort of served to create something that was just what you felt like making Bosch do.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. It's a pretty weird concept, I guess. And
Yeah.
I don't know, we're just all looking at a screen, kind of seeing some guy tumble and twirl, and why
Yeah.
would be one of my questions.
Yeah.
But it's I don't know, it's fun. It's yeah.
So, um, we're gonna watch a few more of your tracks.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna ask a question later, which is gonna be, I'm gonna ask you in a bit, what some of your favorite tracks are that you've seen since you came back. So just think
Well,
about that. But
yeah. Can I already answer that, or?
you can answer that. Go ahead. You can answer it right now.
Well, I definitely I saw Funner, and that was, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, like that's the kind of thing that's just really the way that how was it, one of the recent threads described it very well, where we should go for kind of the new things and the new kind of, not really just the tricks, but more in a way to create some form of art. And what I really found interesting in Funner is that partially the track is seen, partially it's just about Bosch doing some cool stuff and moving, and then there's all these kinds of cool concepts that all come together in this one track, and it's just really fun to watch.
Yeah.
And that's just amazing. Other than that, I'd have to check the names. I've seen some of them. Funner is, I think, the only one that I really watched several
Yeah.
times.
Okay.
Like I just had to rewatch it a few times just to,
I,
wow.
I find it's fascinating to me that, from my perspective, having been like sort of watching Line Rider develop for years, the whole, like, there's this genre of inline rider called manuquirk, and it's been a genre that you basically created, and it's been like probably the largest genre in sort of, I would say, not competitive line rider, but serious playing of this game, where people are making serious tracks. Manuquirk has been like this giant thing. But for you, the track that is most interesting is When You Come Back, is not someone who did that really well, because there are a lot of examples of people doing that really well in different ways. but someone who did stuff that was totally not that. Or maybe
Yeah,
some of it
I think
was,
the
but then
reason I think the reason is that actually I would like to do all those kinds of things, but I'm quite inexperienced with the video editing tools,
yeah.
and like I don't really, yeah, I don't know how to put this in a nice way, but I just get bored while doing scenery. It's
Yeah, yeah.
I, it's like a next level step of
Well, do you know Ghosty?
commitment.
See, this is not uncommon. Do you know Ghosty? Do you remember? He's seen in Cedo, yeah, like this huge, insane track. Um,
Yeah,
but I interviewed him recently, and he said that like when he was first starting, he would just um, every track he's seen, he would just seen it all in one day, and he's like, and he'd draw like 10,000 lines in one day, or and
wow.
which is crazy. And he said that in Cedo scene was the first track he actually sat down and was like, okay, I'm going to do this. So in a way, um, if Epic was that for you, in Cedo scene was that for him. But he still did it in like 2 weeks. Like it was just um, it was like
That's
a
crazy.
manic scening period, and it was like a couple, like multiple hundreds of thousands of lines. So it's not uncommon at all for people who have been influential, especially in earlier times, but even more recent times, to be really influential when they spend like they and then people think like, oh, it must have taken you years to make this, and it turns out nope, they made it all in like one day or 3 days or maybe one week. It's like for some reason that seems to be a common trend.
I think the reason is that when you kind of get in some sort of how is it, like you get into a
Flow.
sort of zone, sort of like
I think
just
psychologists call that flow. It's like when you're
yeah,
when you're making some sort of art and you get like in the zone and you're able to
yeah,
just focus for hours and hours.
yeah. One of the other tracks that I watched a lot of times was the Unbalanced Manuals one.
Well Tempered Manual by Gao
Yeah,
Yubao.
that one is just, that also blew my mind. The He basically reinvented manuals, in my opinion. Kind of,
Yeah.
that's really cool. And I tried doing it, and it's really hard.
Yeah. See, the
It's
funny thing about that track is that it wasn't the first time people did that. It was just the first time that someone sat down and the entire purpose of that track, or at least, a huge portion of that track was to do that.
Yeah,
Is to make these manuals that were intentionally played with your expectations of balance.
yes, exactly. And it's a really, like, this kind of conceptual kind of thing that makes it fun to watch Line Rider, and it's really, I don't know, that one was really interesting. And
Hmm.
like, of course, the recent video with the Cremial cannon, that's really cool too. But that's
Yeah.
it's a different kind of cool. Like,
Yeah.
the how is it? The Cremial cannon is like a new trick, and it was introduced in that video.
Hmm.
And like the track itself is nice and everything, but kind of like Gao, how was it? Yeah, Well Tempered Manuals is
Yeah.
is a track which is a sort of a showcase of style, and the whole thing feels like a complete work of art, sort of.
Yeah.
That's kind of the comparison that I would make.
Yeah.
And yeah, the Well Tempered Manuals is just wow. I've rewatched that one as well. That's yeah.
This concludes the insightful part of this interview. Everyone go home. We're going to watch King.
All right. And oh yeah, and I saw a few scenery tracks that you recommended, and they
Oh,
also
yeah.
blew my mind. But I'm really not clear on the names
Oh, okay.
anymore.
Do you remember
That's
anything about them or in them?
I just know that if I watch them again, I'll enjoy it. It's there were too many tracks that I watched. It's really hard to
Yeah.
remember them all. There were so many tracks released in the 3 years that I was gone or something. So
All right, well, let's watch King,
yeah,
and
I'm
we
ready.
may or may not come back to this. We have a few more of like more recent stuff that is actually like even after your most famous tracks that define who you are, apparent in the Line Rider world, there's apparently been a whole bunch of other tracks that are actually really influential. Battlefield, Retro Queso, Chaotic Dynamics. We're gonna watch those, but first we're gonna watch King.
Yeah. All right.
Ready?
Yeah.
Right. 3, 2, 1, go. So this one's Bled, and it was after a big break, right?
Yeah, this was after a pretty big break, I think.
Very intense.
Yeah.
And then I remember, in particular, I remember this part right here. This tail manual is all red, all acceleration. It's just like...
Yes.
Just gives him an insane amount of speed. I also remember the music fits really well with this. I mean, it sounds like you're singing to the whoever's watching. What are the lyrics to this thing? Oh gosh.
This is Ed Guy.
You know what?
Again.
No, it's Avantasia. I'm gonna actually go back to the beginning.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, but it's the same singer.
I'm actually going back to the beginning. I am the master of the game that made a fool of you.
Yeah.
I'm watching from the highest tower.
Yes.
It's just such a perfect, like... And then he sings something that I don't know what he says, and then he says, and I've got the power, just as he's like accelerating in this crazy nose manual.
Yeah.
Alright, so now we're totally off. I'm at like 51 seconds, 52.
Alright, I'll be at 1-1 now.
Look at that tumbling was awesome though.
So where are you now?
105.
Alright, I'm there.
Barrels. This one's just, it's so fast, there's so much intensity, something's happening all the time.
Slat.
There's so many different things in it.
Did you see the flat slat?
Did I see the flat sled? I don't know, I think the flat, wasn't this like the first time that someone had done like just flat sled because I felt like it? Did Quirkology come before this or after this? I don't think that it happened before. I think Quirkology was
I think it was
later.
a statement. I was
Not
like,
Quirkology,
why is nobody's flat sledding? That's like...
Yeah. Oh. It was Quirker's Laboratory. That was the one. Do you remember that track?
Yeah, I remember Quirker's Laboratory, yeah.
But I think that was after King. I can look it up after we're done watching it. Didn't this get... I think this tied for second place in Tournament of Champions. Oh, no, it tied for first. Or something.
I think with the scenery track, no?
Yeah, Revolution Finale.
Yeah.
No, it tied for second. Or something. Or it got second. Yeah, I think it beat Revolution Finale by Flagcapper, but it was beaten by Omniverse 2 by Chrono Drummer. Anyway, I'm going to actually look up where this falls in time. So this was June 2008. Okay, so between Epic and King, Cosmic Underworld by Sam the Poor, Transcendental by Tech Dog, Strange Quarks, that was the beginning of Alt Quirk. Let's see. Goliath by Closed Door, Fluid Karma by Ram Tzu, Omega by KTK, Flown by Veil, Leap of Faith by Sephric, which inspired that recycled Gravity Well loop. Uncertainty Principle by Ride Liner was released.
Yeah, that was great.
Oh, Metamorphic, your collaboration with BHCS.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. But Omniverse 2 Beta didn't come out until a couple months after this one. Or, yeah, 1 month after this, after King. Along with Bolt of the Wall, came out well after King.
Well, but yeah, that was just amazing scenery.
No, I'm just thinking about my own like development in Line Rider and how like Like, I didn't release anything notable throughout your entire career. Until we got to the afterward. Even though I was around the whole time.
Well, you know, you were scening bolted to the wall.
This is true. I was scening it for like all of 2007 and 2008.
I think it took you more than a year to do that. I think it was
Yeah.
like, yeah, it was basically similar to what you're doing now. I think you also took a year for this or something, or two.
No, the track I'm making right now, I started it in November, so it hasn't been that long. So I'm making it in
Okay.
February, March.
Oh, that's pretty
So
quick then.
it's been like 3 or 4 months.
Okay.
Anyway, enough about me.
Yeah. All right.
What do you think now, having just watched Epic and King? Which one do you like better?
Yeah. King probably. I
Yeah.
don't know. For me, the newer it gets, the more I get control over the way that he moves. Basically.
Well, let's watch Chaotic Dynamics.
Yeah.
I think that was another like return track. Yeah, it was
No,
significantly
I don't
later.
think so.
2009. Several months later. What is this?
I think after King, I made one more track, which was Chaotic Dynamics. I just took a little bit longer than usual because I was either
Well, it took you a year.
a year, really.
Yeah, between King and Chaotic Dynamics.
Oh,
I
yeah,
have
it
the
says,
dates listed.
Yeah, released after a period of inactivity. It says here. I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah. All right. I don't remember it that way, but my memory is not that great, apparently.
Oh, wait, we have to watch Path of Light first, though.
Yeah. All right.
Do you have the link to that?
I'll just search Path of Light, Line Rider, and
Because this was, I don't know. This one's really fun to see. Like, basically, it was like you two did a collaboration in your style, and Flag Capper was like doing it better than you, at least for the first part.
all right.
And I think this track sort of really shows that, like, you know, everyone is trying to do what you did better than how you did it for years afterward. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, some intense build-up.
Oh, dramatic. Oh, this is Flag Capper's editing. That's why. And the dance music.
Yeah. Yeah, I never did this kind of fancy editing. Oh yeah, this is Kepper's part, I think.
Yeah.
He started. Or not? Yeah, I think. Yeah.
I think this one won, or it tied for first place in the collaboration edition of Tournament of Champions as well.
This looks like something I would make. Or maybe not.
It's
really
kind of
sure.
hard to distinguish, you guys.
Yeah.
But it looks pretty much like King. I mean, it's not. You can't really say. I mean, what's different about it? Not a whole lot.
Yeah, it looks really, really nicely.
I think it's slightly better.
Yeah. Some parts I know that it was Flag Capper who made it, because I remember like the time that I got the SOL, and that it was like, wow, that's cool what he made.
Yeah.
And then I would make something, and
Mm-hmm.
but it's pretty hard to distinguish.
All right.
It's a long time
Now we
since
got the color replay. Okay, so here
Oh, I
you
started.
started it. Look at that.
Wow.
Well, here he gets it.
Yeah.
All right, now I'm starting to see the differences.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and this was all blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, Flycapper uses bigger lines. That's a thing that you can see. In general,
Yeah,
just
I
all of
like
his lines are larger.
I like to clean up my tracks. So usually what I do is I find the actual line that hits him, and then I make the line smaller.
Yeah.
And also stronger usually. Like
Yeah.
you try to find the correct area where you should draw, and then I draw smaller lines in the same area to try and get it as strong as possible.
Yeah. This person taught me that. It's funny that you just did that intuitively, because still to this day, when people start, someone has to teach them how to do. People call that stacking. Did you call it stacking, or just call it making it
No,
stronger?
I don't stack it. It's rather that I delete the line and I do it a little bit higher. Or
That's called stacking.
okay. I thought stacking was when you actually have the two lines still there.
Yeah, that's when
and
it's just when you don't delete the old stacks. You mean you can just do stacking where you just keep drawing more lines?
yeah, but sometimes if you actually keep the stack, if you keep the stacked line,
Yeah.
then it becomes stronger. And
Sometimes,
it
yeah.
doesn't work without it, for example.
Yeah, it's true.
So in the case that I'm deleting the line which was previously there, but it doesn't affect him anymore because the other well is stronger and
Yeah.
kind of nullifies the other line, I just clean up that line. And I don't know if that's called stacking. I wouldn't say so, but yeah.
See, that what Hedgehog for me taught me was when you get a line that works, draw one that's a little bit higher and erase the old one and see if it pulls him stronger.
Yeah.
And when he taught me that, it was called stacking, and that was in like 2009. So,
Okay, yeah, I'm not really clear on the terminology, so
yeah, no, but it's fascinating that you were doing that. When do you think you started doing that? Maybe around Epic?
no, definitely before. I think
that?
in Owned and Punt, I was happy to just get the wells.
Yeah, maybe Love then?
And then basically after that, I think in Love, I was already doing that.
Yeah. Wow. See, that's way earlier than I'm pretty sure most people were doing that. We already watched Xenon Freak Scenery Tracks, get him. But the biggest one, or the big ones are Blue IX and Hills. But they're both on his channel, on the Recovery channel. What else are we going to watch? Oh, Chaotic Dynamics. We haven't watched this yet.
Yeah.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go. So what do you think about this one compared to King?
The beginning sucks.
Because I remember the beginning is like you were trying something else.
Yeah.
And I remember you liking it at the time that you posted it.
Yeah, I remember liking it, and it was trying to copy, I don't know who anymore.
Probably Strange Pork.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah, but I liked it because it's different.
Yeah.
I was trying something new where he was just being jerked about, basically.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool, but it's really, yeah, I don't know. It's just different.
What I find is that it's not that it's bad, it's that it doesn't quite fit with the music, and it doesn't quite fit with the rest of the track.
Yeah, exactly. So I tried something new, and then I did something normal. Did you see
see the what?
The hand fling, which was reused almost completely?
No, I didn't. Sorry, I'm gonna go back and watch that.
That was really, I was really like proud of that.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can find this.
So it's like at let me see, 44. Then it first time, and then it does it again like directly afterwards.
And then,
44.
oh, I never noticed that. Wow. He just reuses the whole thing.
Yeah. And I had this plan at some point where you can actually sorry?
I just coughed.
Okay, so I was thinking at some point, like, this is one of my ideas that I still would like to do at some point, but if anybody wants to try, go ahead, where you hang Line Rider on his hands like a stall.
Yeah.
And then you make him fall, like you wait until he starts, and that would be the start of the track.
Yeah.
And then you finish him there, and then try to recycle the whole track.
Yeah. You know what? That Piano Kid is actually working, or he's trying to figure out how to do an infinitely repeating track right now. So that's still a thing that lots of people are doing. A hand stall is a good idea, though. You could hang.
Yeah, like one of those stalls, either a hand stall or a shoulder stall.
Something that he's moving at the same speed both times, and then you drop
Yeah.
him off and see if you can do the whole thing again. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
not sure if it
exactly.
would work. I don't know if
think
anyone's
so.
tried it or not.
I tried it once, and he's like slightly. It's always slightly different somehow.
I think Dap thinks there's a way you can do it with Cramule cannons.
Okay.
But anyway. Alright, we just totally talked over the rest of this track.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's okay. Anything to say about it?
Not much. I think this one is kind of like some strange quirk in the beginning, and then it's kind of similar to King. So
Yeah.
nothing new, and yeah, just me playing around.
Yeah. Do you know what the next one was?
Yeah, I guess it will be Retro Queso, or I don't know, or Battlefield probably first.
Yeah, Battlefield before Retro Queso.
Yeah,
Alright, let's watch Battlefield next then.
yeah,
This one was from, you entered the contest that I made, which was the all flat sled
Yeah.
or head riding. So it was either he had to be riding on his head,
or
or
flat.
like his head had to be touching the ground, or he
Yeah,
was flat
you-
sliding, or like
It was either flat sledding or you could head sled, and
Yeah.
you weren't allowed to do flings or anything. But I managed to fit in some.
well you could because you asked me, is it okay if I do a fling while he's in flat sled, which is basically
Yeah.
a flannual, and I was like,
Yeah.
sure, no reason why you can't do that.
Yeah.
He's still flat sledding. So yeah, let's watch it.
All right.
All right. Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go. So,
Yeah. This battled against Pineapple.
Pineapple
something.
Factory, yeah.
Yeah, Pineapple Factory.
And won. Chuggers had a really funny thing to say about this track, which was, if anyone tells me that Battlefield isn't the best flat sled track, I tell them to watch Battlefield again.
Yeah. Yeah, this is. I'm really proud of this track in a way that, like, it's so much recycling, and it was so much fun to do.
Yeah.
It's you're just doing high speed flat sledding, trying to keep as much pressure, as much speed as possible, and it's just going so crazy and everything. And it was so fun.
It's all in the same
Actually-
area, too, which is really fun. There's always things flying past, because they're earlier or later parts of the track.
Yes, yes, yeah, yeah. That's kind of my thing, just to try and recycle as much space and,
Yeah.
and lines as possible. At some point, there is a part which is just complete recycle. Like I managed to get him into the same part back, and
Yeah.
it was just completely doing the same thing with a small few tweaks here and there.
I love this one part where it's just airtime, but he's flying through the entire bit of the track. There's a few
Yes.
different places where he does that, and it's just really fun because if nothing's happening, but he's going by all these things, and it feels like the intensity is still like
Yes.
there's another spot where he just did it again.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're over.
Yeah, if you see in the playback, I will
let's watch the playback.
say when it's recycling and when it's recycling and when it's line glitching. So this complete part is going to
Recycled
be
later.
recycled. Yeah, I think. Or no, wait, it was different.
There was kind of recycled there.
Yeah. So
Oh, there you recycled.
wait, this will be
Little bit.
recycled. All of this, I think.
I wish I had the SOL of this, because then we could watch it on Hit Test and see all the recycling more easily.
Well, it will be shown in the bottom. It will say
Yeah.
if it's recycling.
Okay.
Now here, recycling
There.
is
There, he
This-
recycled this whole bit. That's what it
all of
is.
this. Yeah. This is all recycled.
And now he's done recycling.
Well, yeah.
No,
for a
wait,
little
is he?
bit.
Is he still? No, whatever. I don't even know
Because
where he
no, it's
recycled
line-
in that or
line-
not, but
It's the line glitching.
yeah.
So, yeah. and it was pretty fun to see. The Pineapple Factory is like a completely different.
Yeah, it's a totally different take.
Yeah, it was really strange to battle that track because it didn't make much sense. Like, this is kind of an epic, like, in your face kind of blowing up, like, boom. And then there's Pineapple Factory, which is like smooth and like
Super
very
chill.
yeah. It's like kind of it's a completely different track. It's
Yeah.
I don't know. It's completely different style. It's really like yeah.
I want to ask, did you watch Sylvian?
Sylvian. I'm so
I'll just.
should we watch it or
Just pull up the stream,
yeah.
and I just want to show you this beginning section, which, I mean, I'm not even sure if he listed you in the inspirations, but it's really like reminiscent of your style, and it's
All
flat
right.
sled. And this was a recent featured track, so. You watching?
Yeah.
You see this?
Well, I think the stream. I don't know if it's good for me to watch it on stream because it's very laggy.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just send you the link then. And then we'll start at the same time.
Yeah. Thanks.
All right. Let me know when you're ready. You watching?
Yeah. Currently I'm watching, but I'll just stop the stream again. Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Well, you were hearing my voice twice, once in the stream, once on Skype, and
Yeah.
you were responding to me. So it has a long intro, but it's I mean, it's not that long, but there's nothing happening. And I just want to show you this first section because there's like a whole bunch of flat sledding, and it's all very compact and dense. And it just, when I saw it, it was like, this totally looks like something Xeon Freak would have made. I'm just curious what you think of it.
This seems like fun. Yeah. I think is a bit different
Yeah? How so?
than what. Yeah, I don't know. He's well, at least in compared to Battlefield, it's much more compact even, and
Yeah.
I think slightly smoother actually.
Yeah?
I think the recording is also better.
Well, yeah, that's true.
But it's I don't know, it's maybe slightly similar. I don't know how to compare. Oh, and
Now we're in
it's
Quirk.
like,
Well,
yeah.
we don't have to watch the rest of it, but you
Yeah.
get the idea.
Yeah.
I was talking to him about this track, and he sort of has always struggled with like saying like why he made something or who inspired him to make this, and he's known for saying that no tracks have ever inspired him. He just does what he wants, and so I was just curious what you thought of it because we just watched Battlefield. All right, let's watch Retro Queso.
Yeah. I think in a way it can be true that what he says, that he like believes that it's true, and that in a sense it is true, but actually anything that anyone creates in a way is inspired by everything that people around him or her
Yeah.
have done. So
Yeah, I would
it's
agree.
it's like if you actively are inspired by someone to create something, then it's easy to say like, okay, you know, I did this because I saw that and that was amazing and I wanted to do something similar but like different in my own way.
Mhm.
And yeah, then you can say that you were inspired by someone. But I can like see that he can just do his own thing and not necessarily be inspired by Battlefield.
Yeah. All right, you ready to watch Retro Queso?
Yeah, 1 second. Oh, and there was Setback. We missed that one.
Oh, should we watch Setback next?
I guess.
I don't know.
if
I
we
don't.
have
I'm
time.
very unclear about the order here, but I think you're right. I think Setback was next.
Yeah, Setback was way before, I think, actually. Or not way before, but probably before King, or maybe before Chaotic Dynamics or something. Well, definitely before Retro Queso, because Retro Queso is my last track before Sunshine.
Yeah. Okay. Let's watch
It's
the
my last
setbacks
biggest
then.
project. I'm ready for both.
All right, I thought I was ready for setback. Okay, now I am. 3, 2, 1, go. This is setback. Are we on the? Are we watching? We're good.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
watching.
great.
I'm at 10 seconds now, and it's going to
Great, perfect.
stop.
So this was actually a re-recording, so I think it's slightly faster than maybe the recording you did, but
Yeah. No, I don't think so.
Nope, it's about the same.
I think it's the same because I know the way that I recorded was I put it in slow-mo, and then I just I made it faster in Movie Maker
right,
until
right. It matched the
until
speed.
it was the time that I wanted it to be.
Right, right. So it was just the same then.
I think so. It looks
What
correct speed.
What do you think about this track?
I really, really like it, but
Yeah.
I'm really, really like, oh. It still hurts me. This is the first
Do you
time
still have
that
the
my soul
SOL to
broke.
this track?
Sorry?
Do you still have the SOL to this track?
I think so. I think it
Because
should be.
there have been multiple techniques that have come up for people fixing SOLs that have been corrupted. So
Okay.
you could try those if you want to
All right.
work on
I
this
think
one.
if it's in the big .sol document that you downloaded with all my tracks.
See, I
if it's
couldn't
there,
find it in there.
It's
I
not
mean,
in there.
It might have been smooth. It might have been labeled as smooth. I don't know.
All right.
but-
Yeah, I'll go check it out. Maybe I can find it. But anyway, whenever I see this, I still feel hurt.
Yeah. What else do we have? And then I just think we just have Retro Queso and then
Yeah.
Sunshine, which is the latest one, which I uploaded
Yeah.
today.
All right.
But yeah, let's watch Retro Queso.
Okay. Countdown?
I'm loading it. All right, almost ready for the countdown. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. There we go. Perfect. Oh, this is Ed Guy. The music.
Yeah. Still power metal.
4 years later, still power metal.
Well, I don't know. I think the power metal fits very well with the type of tracks that I
Yeah,
make.
it does. It does. What do you think about this as compared to the other tracks you've made?
I think this is just as good as King, and it introduces some new tricks that I was actually like. I found out about them after my return that they were created, basically, like the ASDFs or
Right,
something.
yeah.
What's it called? It's ASDF, right?
Yeah, ASDF, that's a alternating single direction fling.
Yeah, which is really funny that it's like the four.
Yeah.
I always think if I'm not confusing.
I'm watching and I haven't seen any yet.
There's
an alt fling. I saw
There
an alt
was a
fling
very
there.
quick one, and it was like me here. Yeah.
Okay, those are just alt flings.
Oh, okay.
The first one of those was in Strange Quark in 2008, but then they became more popularized when Hedgehogs for Me released Vision.
Yeah. Yeah. And basically, this was my track after Vision.
Right.
Kind of trying to do the new tricks that were created by Hedge or like famous or something. And I wasn't really doing anything new, but I was just playing around and making my same old stuff with a bunch of new tricks. Oh, slightly
Some
wobbly.
high-speed nose manuals.
Yeah. And this was
nice
cool.
tumbling. I like
Yeah.
that tumbling. That was good.
Yeah. But yeah, that's kind of anticlimactic ending again.
Yeah.
And, yeah. It's yeah. But I still enjoy watching these.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, you spend so many hours creating it, and it's still fun to sometimes look at your own tracks.
Yeah.
For me, anyway.
Yeah, no, for me too. I'm sure we're all guilty of watching our own tracks over and over again, well after they've been released. And then I guess our last one is Sunshine.
Yeah.
And then I have some SOLs that we can look at, whatever we want to. But yeah, let's watch Sunshine, at least for now.
All right. Yeah, this was. Oh my god! I spent so much time to get the Kremul in here.
Yeah.
I think
Chuggers, yeah. He used to be Sam Storm.
Sorry?
He used to be Sam Storm way back in the day. So he's actually been around for a long time.
Yeah, I remember Sam Storm. All right. So he explained to me how you are supposed to stack for the Kremules. And
yeah.
I've did that now, and it was like, oh, that's easy. Like, I was always trying it with one line, and it never worked. I was replacing the line on like every possible spot, and it just wouldn't work. It's so frustrating.
All right, let's watch Sunshine. So this has a Kremul, doesn't it?
Yeah,
I don't actually know when this was released. But anyway.
Basically right after Retrocesso.
Yeah. Okay. I'll do a countdown. 3, 2, 1, go.
This was released right after Retrocesso, and it was lost track. It was like, here's my return, and then this, and then nothing. So
it
this
was
is
an
like
interestingly different music choice.
Yeah, the power metal time is over.
For the one most recent track.
Yeah, I think at that point I was already not that much into power metal anymore, but like
there's the Kremul.
Yeah. And people thought it killed the flow, and I still really don't understand that. I really thought it was nice, but
I mean, I guess there was this sort of idea that anything that stops him suddenly in a mid-speed track, it just kills the flow. And so, like, people shouldn't do it. Well, and if you watch King, there's like a whole bunch of stops where he like slows way down, does a little thing, and then speeds way back up again. And no one complained about those. So, but Kramuls, there was a huge criticism of Kramuls when they first started being used all the time, was that people would just, I guess Iris was the best example by Kramwood, where he had like this big fling quirk that had all these tricks, and then he would just do a Kramule all the time, and he just hit a Kramule, and then go back in and doing more, and then hit another Kramule, and then go back and do more. And people were like complaining about they killed the flow and stuff.
Yeah, I can imagine that, but in this track, like, so I remember, I don't really know who or like, but I remember that the general response was that I should go back to doing things like King and not all these new tricks, and that I killed the style.
Oh no! don't do the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I'm kind of bored with all that stuff. I want to do something new. So it's like this was.
Well, that must be why you never came back. So okay.
No, definitely not. I'm not going to listen. I would just, create another track and force it onto people until they like it.
I just sent you a link for Watt, and just because we were talking about Kramules. Oh no, the stream is laggy. I'm sorry. Yeah, my computer's at like 95% CPU.
I saw Watt.
All right, so I'm gonna pause it and then we'll do the countdown and we'll watch it, and we can talk about it. Ready?
I think Watt is like.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. What were you saying?
I think Watt is perfectly like explanatory. Like the title is just Watt.
Yeah.
I think the track itself is not like.
What I think
it's good.
The reason that I brought this up was that I think this is like the best Kramula usage because it intentionally kills the flow and it lines up with the music and the theme of the track.
Yeah,
Like right here.
That really makes it fun.
And then this integration section with Little John.
What? And this is super fun. What?
And this part, I love this part.
Yeah.
And then it's just this long cramule forever. But it fits with the music so well and it's so entertaining.
And he bumps on the music up and down here. That's fun.
Yeah. ACP asked if the first part's supposed to sync. It's not supposed to. He still made the music to fit the track, but the track wasn't made with the music in mind until you got to the first watt.
Okay.
Let me just go back. So here, this part was all made before we get right here, this cramule. Like that, probably at like 25 seconds in is the first time that he was like, had the idea of making music to the track. And then from then on, it's like specifically. But then what that means is that the opening bit is just it's quirk that he made in 2008 is all it really is.
Ah, okay.
Which kind of works for the track, honestly, because it's like okay, it's a quirk, and then it just goes insane. It's like it's a quirk, and now we're getting more interesting. There's some manuals and stuff, and then there's this giant cramule in the middle, and then
what?
This part, and then there's the Little John part where you start being like, okay, this is going to be something weird. Like this track is not a normal track.
Yeah.
And then this zero rotation bit is, and then the second one, and then we have, of course, this long cramule section towards the end, just like off the deep end. Anyway, why did you disappear after Sunshine?
I think 2009 was the time that I started working. And no time probably, and I probably started playing Go more, and I think I was talking about that, and I went to China a bunch of times as well for Go, the game of Go. I don't know.
See. After Sunshine was in like mid 2011 or so, or early 2011, and then you left after that.
So 1 second. Where is Ariel? Yeah. So that's the game of Go, and that's what I've been playing. Other than Line Rider, that's like one of the most time-consuming things that I've done in my life. I think.
It's a board game. Is there an online version of it, or is it?
Yes,
yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay.
You can play it on the Kisaido Go server.
Ah.
And a bunch of other servers, like there's a bunch of different servers available. The Kisaido Go server is the biggest server that's English speaking, because actually the game is most popular in Asia. But if you go to the Asian servers, they're not going to be English speaking. So, are you still there?
19 by 19. Yeah, I'm still here. I'm listening and I'm reading about Go.
Yeah. So, well, that's basically one of the things that I spend a lot of time on. So I'm trying to think of the exact timeline, but I think I started playing Go when I was 17, 18. So that's like 5 years back now. So
like
that's around that time.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So basically, I think I started devoting my time on Go rather than Line Rider.
Mm-hmm.
And I started I went to China 3 times.
Right, I remember that.
To study Go. And I think I didn't completely disappear from the forums for quite a long time. I still checked tracks, but I wasn't just creating anything anymore.
Yeah, it was sort of like mid 2012 when you actually disappeared.
Yeah, and I think 2012 was the time that I had a job, probably.
Right. Yeah.
And then in 2000, 2013 somewhere, or 2014 it was. Wait a second. So now it's just 2015. So last year I I spent time on Go. So it was the end of 2013. I went to China for 6 months,
Yeah.
for half a year, and I came back in the beginning of 2014, and then I started living in the Czech Republic with my girlfriend, who I
Mm-hmm.
met like the year before, and then
That
I
would
went to
be,
China.
sorry, you moved to the Czech Republic of what year?
Yeah, 2013.
13. Okay.
Yeah,
So that would make sense that that would be the time
or
when you would sort
14.
of
Wait, no, 14. Sorry, 14.
2014. Okay, well then that was
2014.
later
Yeah.
then. Okay.
So
You've had a busy life.
yeah, I went to China, now in the Czech Republic. I'm all over the place.
Yeah. I was busy too between like 2010 and 2000 and this year. Just being a full-time college student or university, I don't, depending on where you live in the world.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I tried university, but I dropped out 3 times. So
Oh no. So, what are you doing nowadays?
nowadays, I'm working for the same company that I started working for initially, but instead of in the Netherlands, because I'm actually from the Netherlands originally,
Right, yeah.
and I now work at the same company. It's an international company, but in the Czech Republic group, and
Okay.
yeah, consultancy firm. But I'm at the place where they do administration work, and I'm currently the supervisor of an administration group.
So,
Like, yeah.
so here's a sort of a strange question. How did you learn to speak English so well?
Well, when I was little, I watched a lot of movies,
Hmm.
and they were always either I think they were in English with Dutch subtitles or Dutch with English subtitles, but that sounds strange. So probably it was English with Dutch subtitles.
Yeah.
So what? Yeah, and I just watched a lot of that, and I got better at English
Hmm.
because also of music and I don't know, these kind of things.
Yeah.
So, and then in the end, because of Go, I actually went to China for the first time, and it
Hmm.
was for a month. And there, I met a lot of different people from all over the world who also, for similar reasons, went to China to study Go, and they
Yeah.
didn't speak Dutch.
Oh,
So
so then you got to learn because they spoke English then.
yeah,
So
yeah,
that
of
was like a
course, yeah,
mutual language that you. Okay.
yeah, and
I
I
just
got
find it.
forced. Yeah,
I just find it interesting that you've never lived in an English-speaking country and yet you know English. Like obviously, you're carrying on a conversation with a native English speaker and using words that I would use on a regular basis, and you haven't been confused by anything I've been saying so far. So I think it's pretty impressive.
yeah, thanks.
um, yeah. It's fascinating to me that that this site has drawn in people from all different countries, and it's always been a thing that I've been sort of wondering about is that this English speaking barrier because people can't really come to our site if they don't speak English because everything we do is in English.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm
that's. But
curious
I
how
think the
there came to
internet.
be so many people who don't live in United States, uh, England or Australia, but yet are able to speak English and visit our site and etc.
So yeah, I think that's like kind of because of the big industry that America has in basically everything.
Yeah.
So music, mainly the
Hmm.
media kind of stuff, like the music and the videos and all this kind of stuff. Everything is in English, and marketing things, and I don't know. The American culture is spreading also to, like, in China. America is very popular, so
Yeah.
people, more and more people start learning English. So
Hmm.
it's, I don't know. That's the way that I see it anyway.
Hmm.
But yeah, I've got to practice a lot because since I
Yeah.
went to China, I'm now also living with a girlfriend that doesn't speak Dutch, so
Uh,
we always speak English.
oh, so you just talk English with okay. So see,
Yeah,
that's so interesting. You're you're from the Netherlands, you've been to China, you live in the Czech Republic, and you speak English with your girlfriend. Like
Yeah.
that's just a little mind blowing, but
I also speak a little Czech from time to time, but that's pretty difficult. So
yeah, I mean, I guess. Lucking asked the question, which is probably a good way to end this, because I think we're just over 2 hours. So he says, "Will you ever make tracks again?"
yeah, good question. I've been doodling in Line Rider again.
Yeah.
So yeah, who knows?
Who knows? All right. Well, that's a great, encouraging response.
No,
We're all very
I think
excited to see your next track.
Sorry.
What was that?
I think I will release something at some point again, because it's really fun, and I currently have something which is like some sort of start for a track, I'd say, but
Yeah.
I don't know if I really will have enough time to complete it anytime soon,
Yeah.
because I've already spent quite a few hours this weekend, and I think it was last weekend as well, and I don't really have much time during the week
Yeah.
for this kind of stuff anymore. And yeah, it's just time is kind of the valuable, how is it, currency or something like that.
Yeah.
the kind of thing that's lacking. So
For me, it's like when I graduated, all of a sudden it's like I can do whatever I want. What do I want to do? I want to do Line Rider. I'm going to do Line Rider now. It's like that's what happened to me. That's why I've like suddenly become active again in the last 6 months or so.
and what else are you doing? Just your job, or just...
Yeah, I have a job. It gives me very little money, but flexible hours, and I'm figuring out how to live on very little money. So, yeah.
a minimalist.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah.
Yes, time is a valuable resource for all of us, as we are all discovering. Back in 2007, 2008, we thought that everyone had free time all the time because we were teenagers, and we did have free
Exactly.
time. And now it's like, oh wait, we don't have parents anymore. This is hard.
Real life kicks in.
Well, even if you don't have time to make tracks, we still hope to see you around.
Yeah, definitely. I'll be keeping. I'll stay around and check the forums. It's fun to read stuff and see the new tracks and everything.
Yeah, and thanks for running the new contest, the contest for March, which is what is Booty Breach, which is just a hilarious name. But yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. Thanks for joining me. What episode is this? Like episode? I think it's episode 9 something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This has been great. And for anyone who's watching this in the chat or on YouTube, ZN Freak and I were like buddies back in 2007. So this is kind of cool for both of us. This is like the second time I've seen his face, even though we used to chat like every other day back in the day. So
Yeah.
Do you remember staff chats? It was like you and Depot and me and sometimes Tech Dog even, and who else was there involved in Line Beast was always in those.
And Chi, right?
Yeah, Chi. I think I said his, but yeah, we'd all get on MSN and we just have staff chats, and I don't even remember what we talk about. I think I have those archived in my computer somewhere, but
probably MSN archived everything.
Yeah. But yeah, those are good times. Those are good times.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's doesn't mean there can't be good times in the future too. So
of course. But life is turning busy for me.
Yes,
anyway.
we're all busier
definitely
people.
I'll be around on the forums, and I love to run a contest like this. It was so much fun to participate in the contest. Who was it created? Was it Gao?
Frazzable created it, but Gao was the one.
Frazzable,
who
yeah.
won.
Oh yeah, Gao won it. Yeah, exactly.
What just insane.
Yeah. Well,
so
actually,
funny,
I figured out how he did that.
Yeah.
So
It was like,
It's like I got something similar in the doodle that I made, where
yeah.
he just goes poof in one direction and then poof in the other direction.
Mm-hmm. It was
It's
pretty
pretty
crazy. It was
fun.
like 20 frames, 18 frames, 17 frames, 16 frames, and 7. It's like, what?
Yeah,
You know what it reminded me of? Do you remember the low line count contest that you won?
yeah.
It reminded me of that because you did it in like 7, or like it was like 14. Actually, I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna look that up right now. Um, Raphael
Is that
low
on
line
here?
count maze. It's
Is that
on
on
YouTube.
YouTube
Yeah,
still?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna find it.
Yeah, that was really fun. I was really sure that I would win that one, I think.
Oh, you did win it.
I thought so, or I didn't. Was there somebody else who had lower?
No,
There
no,
was
you
some.
definitely won. You won by like a lot. Well, there were 2 people who like glitched through the walls, and they did it in fewer lines. But
Yeah, Rafa takes the line count. It's oh my god, it's 11 minutes.
it's a really long video. Let's start it at like who's this? I'm
I
gonna
don't
start it
think
at
this is the
exactly.
one.
I just paused it at 7 minutes, so just go to 7 minutes and then pause it.
I think this is a different maze. I don't know which one are you looking at.
No, this is it. This is it. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm already watching, but I'm not sure which
No,
minute.
just go to 7 minutes and pause.
All right. I'm there.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right.
So
Number 2.
this is Giorgio. So he was second, and what is it? 8. No, I want. This might be. No, I'm pretty sure you entered. No, no, you totally won this one. I hope I'm right about this.
Okay.
So he has 15, 16,
Oh yeah,
17,
this one. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
18. So he did 19 lines. That was second place.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I think
not
I did
me.
like 22 or something. But then here's your entry. So you did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because you reused that one. That was so clever. 8. And somehow you managed to get this one line that got him all the way up to here. 9, 10, 11. And then somehow he didn't die. I don't know how that worked. 12. So the previous one was what, 18? And this one was 14. So you had 4 whole
19,
lines less.
19
It was
versus
like
14.
far and away. I think there's like
Yeah.
a results thing. Oh, actually, here's the 2 entries that technically beat you.
Oh wow. Oh
So-
right, I remember this. Yeah.
So he just like pulled him through the wall. And then what's this one? Oh yeah, this guy did it in even less lines.
Yeah, there's one more.
Oh yeah, there was one more.
Yeah. After this.
I think Lucking. Yeah, it was Lucking, wasn't it? Who did
Yeah, probably.
because he did it faster. He did 4 lines. They're just like MJ, but he did it faster. Yeah, it was a really long video just because the entries all took a while.
Yeah, that's what you get with the fewest lines.
There was also a whole bunch of people. There were like 14 entrants, so yeah. But here, look at the so oh, it looks like Giorgio is actually 19 lines, but it's like if you look at I'm looking at the final listing. See, I got 26, Votel got 26, Lanker got 24, Leomer got 23, MJ and Joe Trace got 22, Seth Composer Guy got 21, Giorgio got 19, and then you got 14. It was like you were like a huge. This is what I was reminded of when we saw Galubao's entry to that. It was like he was just like boom, like in another league.
Yeah. Definitely. And it was so much. I really thought I had some chance because I thought the thing that I had created was somehow new. Like
Yeah.
that he had like the hand and the feet and also the bottom of the sled. I had like three affecting. How's it? three contact points that were being affected,
Yeah.
and he made some very fast curve, and I was like, oh, this is totally awesome, this is totally going to win. And then some
Was it
other
like
people
sixth or
were,
something?
yeah, sixth, I think, or seventh or something. I was like amazed at what people were doing. I was like, wow, it's just crazy.
Line riders changed a lot in the last,
Yeah,
3 years.
yeah, definitely.
Where is it? Let's see. Oh, here it is. Okay. Oh, it's a ways down. I'm just gonna watch it again, just because it's fun. I've watched it probably 20 times. The editing is so enjoyable.
Yes, it is. How was it called again?
Sorry, what? Or are you trying
How
to
was
find it?
called? Booty,
Do you want me to send you the link?
no, wait. I just realized I can just go to the forum. I was going to search on YouTube, but that's silly. Yeah, Gao's entry is just crazy, and it's really fun how Feasible edited the
Yeah.
the last two entries. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the second entry goes on.
Powell's entry was. It looks like he's gonna go really quickly, and then he just goes away out. Just watch that boxer. It's so funny. Watch that boxer's entry looks so intense, but it's not even close to the rest. It's so interesting.
Which one? This one.
Watch that boxer.
Yeah, yeah, that one is intense. Yeah, that was very close to mine.
Well, it looks but it's actually a lot longer. It's a full second, and yours was what, 23 frames or something?
Oh yeah. I really like my curve still, but
yeah,
it's so slow. Yeah.
Raffles looks like it's the most intense. The appearance of it looks like it's gonna be the fastest.
Which one?
Raffles.
Yeah.
Raffle, it looks like he's working really hard just by the amount of lines. Although Daps looks pretty intense too. Daps looks ridiculous. Chuggers is actually it looks less intense, but it gets there faster. But then Gal's is it looks relatively pretty clean. It's just oh my god.
It's just poof 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 and I'm inside again. It's so quick.
It's it looks like it's fake.
Even just looking at the video, it's just mean to compare it.
24, 20, 22,
frames,
20,
I'm in,
18, 16, 7.
Yeah.
His entry is literally more than twice as fast as Chuggers.
Yes. It's hilarious.
Anyway. Yeah, it's fun. So I'm excited to see. I'm really excited to see people trying to line glitch out in the fewest lines.
Yeah.
I wonder, is it possible to just get one line to break out?
I'm not really sure yet. Actually, I saw that the people asked some questions in the thread, and I still need to answer them because I didn't actually think how do you change the starting position again?
Use the hand tool, hold D, and then drag it around.
Oh, hold D. I thought it was spacebar.
No, it's D.
Ah, okay. So that's why.
I don't know why D, but
yeah. It was, yeah. So I don't think I don't want them to change the actual starting position, and they should I think.
So don't change the starting position.
Sorry?
You said don't change the starting position?
Yeah,
I think that's a good idea.
Starting position. Otherwise, you can make it go all the way up, and then it would be easier indeed to use fewer lines.
Yeah.
So this way, I checked it, and I made it a little bit more difficult to actually go through the bottom because of the double lines. If you see the picture.
Yeah, so you made the double lines to make it harder. I'm surprised how
Yeah.
big it is. Like I was thinking it was going to be really like pretty small to make it harder, but yeah.
Well, I think
Um,
otherwise you can't really get enough speed, especially if it's going to be fewest lines. And if we want to get as many entries as possible, I thought it should be like relatively easy to actually get him out if you just want to create an entry, you know? So it's possible to do a few loop-de-loops, red lines,
yeah,
and then get him out. But now, like the real contest for all the crazy people that want to try and win is going to be to use the fewest lines possible, and it's
yeah,
still not that easy because you have the different sections. It's like a double lined wall,
yeah.
and
Um,
it's
well,
also
how do you want to
differently
do
painted.
tiebreakers so people have the same number of lines? Because there's two ways you could do it. You could do the speed that Bosch has as he leaves, or you could do the time it takes before he leaves.
I think I'll do the time it takes. So basically, the frames when you get out is going to be the tiebreaker.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
So the frame you get out by is the tiebreaker, and then
yeah,
second. But your main objective is to get as few lines as possible. But you can't
yeah,
move the
yeah,
start position.
exactly. And
It's a good
I'll
idea. You should.
specify that. Sorry?
Yeah, it's a good. I think it's a good idea to not let people move the starting point.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That was my initial thought, but I tried moving the starting point and I failed, and I somehow didn't mention it anymore because I thought it was impossible now. But
Right.
that's
Right. Okay.
silly thing to think. So I'll specify it in the rules, and other than that, I think we can actually, I don't know if you already stopped broadcasting.
No, I'm still broadcasting. I think we can wrap this up. We're just
Yeah,
slowly getting more and more off topic. But
yeah,
yeah, I hope to see you around more. Excited to see what the results look like for this contest. Yeah.
yes.
Um,
Will you possibly help me with video editing?
oh yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
You want me to just like yeah, I can do video editing. That'd be easy and fun.
I just need to. I think I should be able to manage to record everything,
Unless
but I
someone
don't
else
know.
wants to volunteer, because as you know, I'm a busy guy.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
But if
So
someone else wants to do it, then they can go. But yeah.
yeah, I'll ask around. I don't know if I can. Maybe I can do the video editing myself if it's like if people don't mind some
Yeah.
simple stuff.
I'm sure we
So
don't, as long as it's, it's informative and, not boring and et cetera,
yeah,
et cetera.
so we'll see. I'm planning on doing it the weekend after the 27th. So
Yeah, yeah.
all right.
All right, well, I'm
So
going to
yeah,
stop the broadcast. So
yeah,
thanks to everyone who's watching. And it just, in the last 15 minutes, got a little bit off topic, but that's okay.
yeah.
Um, and I'll see everyone next week. And thanks,
All
CN
right.
Freak, for coming on the show.
So goodbye.
Bye.